Shalom, GMS Holland sit downs coming with the video. First off, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, double honors to the elder apostle of GMS for teaching us this truth. Peace and salutations to the elect out there that's pushing his word in sincerity and in truth all over the four corners of the earth. Gone. The video I'm finna make is concerning the background that you see right here, man. The upcoming events, the major upcoming events of basically the whole history of mankind is gonna be this fight, this upcoming fight, which is gonna be Esau and his technology against the man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai himself and the angels. This is gonna be a major fight, just like when you watch anime. The final fight is upcoming, just like when you play a game, the final fight, the boss fight. Esau is approaching the boss fight, man. They have been oppressing us for years, and the boss fight is coming, man. And now it's gonna be time for Esau to basically put his fake ass technology to the test, and try to fight against the Most High, because that's what they do, man. And not only Esau, but also these other nations, because you got like when you read the news, you got like these all these other heathen nations that finna take the rulership, man. They finna take the rulership, the next rulership, the world rulership. They got China busy with their economic system, and people say like, yeah, China is gonna be the next world ruler. So what they do is this. Psalms chapter 2 verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? That vain thing is what they imagine is that they are gonna be rulers upon the planet Earth after the so-called white man, which is not the case, because hey, like the scripture says, let me grab it real quick. They imagine a vain thing, man. They are not gonna stand up after Esau, his society goes down, man. They are not gonna be the ones to stand up, but they cannot imagine us having rulership next, man. Let me grab this quick scripture. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Jacob is gonna be the next world ruler, yasharahla. So these heathens imagine a vain thing, man. They imagine, that after World War III, the Chinese are gonna be ruling. They imagine a thing like, you got Edomites in the news, or scientists saying like, yeah, in like 15 years, 20 years, the world language will be Chinese because of the economy. But that's nonsense, man. What was the scripture I wanted to put here? I forgot, man. It will come back. Verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Exactly, that's what they're trying to accomplish, man. By basically having these secret meetings. Our people are not amongst those meetings. The main target of these heathens is basically to break us down, man. Because these elites, they know what's finna happen, man. What's that other scripture that I wanted to pull? believe it's like Isaiah, Psalms 69. Slack, yeah, man. Hey, I knew this was gonna happen basically. Um, when I'm going into it, all these scriptures pop in my head. Psalms 83. Gone. So the kings take counsel together, man, because they know that we, according to the scripture, and Esau reads the Bible, and these heathens know the Bible, especially these elites. They know that we are the next rulers, man. We got next, you know. So they imagine a faint thing, man. They set up councils to break us down, man. This is Psalms 83 and 1, a song of or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And that's basically what I want to go into, man. They taken crafty counsel against our people, man. With what? With the food, with war, how to break us down, with the jobs, you know. What did they do to the Black Wall Street, man? That was a crafty council set up against our people, man. The Black Wall Street was a place where our people um had their own shops, had their own community. They was buying from each other. So what did they do? They bombed the place, man. They had a crafty council about this thing and that they had to stop it. But why did it stop? Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua was not done with this thing happening, man. And so here you can see that, you see 600 businesses, 21 churches, 21 restaurants, 30 grocery stores, 2 movie theaters, 6 private airplanes, 1 hospital, 1 bank, its own school system. So the Most I was not done with it because we did not focus on Yahweh Shemel Shai. So here you can see that even without even here you can see that even being at the bottom, you know, we already shine brighter than these crackers, man. You got crackers out there that are two-time losers, man. You got more homeless people. Um, you got more so-called white people in America living off of food stamps than Issacharites, the Mexicans, or the negroes, man. You got more Edomites living off food stamps, man. So they are two-time losers. But Jake being a loser, so to speak, in this society, because we are at the bottom, still managed to set up his thing. But the Most I was not done with it. So he put this evil spirit up in the mind of these Edomites, and they bombed the place, man. You know. So that's that crafty council that they set up, and today they still do it, man. Why you think that this RFID chip is being pushed? Because the scriptures speak about that. Whosoever taketh that chip needs to be put to death. I believe it's Revelation 18. Let me check it out real quick. Before I start typing. Uh, bear with me for a minute. Revelation 19 and 19, or 19 and 20. Yeah, let me grab that real quick. Salakia for my internet, man. My internet has been a demon last couple days, man. Studying with the brothers, shit drops out and shit, man. So Revelation chapter 19 and 20. Gone. So the crafty counsel that they are taking is that they wanna chip us, man. The RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast that the Bible speaks about. You know, they wanna make us take this chip because the Most High is not down with people that take this chip. The Most High will destroy them. So what they are doing, they are setting up a council. How can we make these people take this chip? You know, because that's what they do. That's what the devil does. That's what the people that are under Satan do, because Satan is the adversary. You know, and it speaks in the scripture. It speaks about the so-called white man being Satan, man, being the devil. You know, that's why we call him the devil. So this is Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. So with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. So the people that are gonna be deceived by taking the mark of the beast, they are gonna be burned with fire and brimstone. You know, so that's what they do. That's what they set up. They set up ways how they can basically um, um, indoctrinate our mind into taking this chip. You know, and the same with the food that we eat, man. The same with the food that we eat. Ezekiel chapter 4 and 13. Gone. So the same with the food, man. Ezekiel chapter 4 and 12. Yeah, Ezekiel 4 and 12. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of a man in their sight. So the ritual that Ezekiel had to do for this prophecy to come to pass was make cakes with humans' dung. Eventually the Most High said, okay, you can use cow's dung, like it says here, verse 15. But that stood for the prophecy that we was gonna eat shit, man. Literally shit. The food that we eat is nonsense, man. You know? Ezekiel 4 and 13. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. You know, the defiled bread. And that's also a crafty counsel that they set up against us, because they know that when we consume pork, when we consume anything unclean, that we go off in the sight of Yahweh Shai, man. On the and next to that, they know that the Most High is not gonna fight for us when we go off on his ways, man. When we are not looking for him, when we just eat whatever we want to, man. You know. So they defiling our bread, putting pork in the bread. Here in Holland, they put um, pork hair, pig's hair, and duck feathers in the bread. If you don't watch out, you will have something like that. You know. So that's what they do, man, concerning the food. Why? This is, I believe it's in Revelation. Yeah, it is. It is in Revelation. But I forgot which chapter. The devil. This is both the devil, Satan. I believe it was Revelation chapter. Salakia, man. Revelation chapter 12, right? You see? Yeah, Revelation 20 is basically the same thing. Revelation chapter 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. So that old serpent goes back to the serpent in the garden, man, which then came back through the reincarnation of Cain, which came back through the reincarnation as Esau, which the Edomites live amongst us nowadays, man. Or so, if you put it in their vision, through their looking glass, we live amongst them because they call themselves the majority and they call us the minority. Even though the Most High made us like the sand of the sea, man, we are innumerable, you know. But and the great dragon, which represents this Edomite kingdom, was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. You know, called the devil and Satan. So what does the word Satan mean? It means adversary, enemy. So our enemy is basically doing what the enemy is supposed to do, and that's trying to break down his opponent, man. And that's what they do. That's what they do with these crafty counsels. You know, Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, you know, which are the Israelites. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's what they did, man. Because up till the 90s, we did not know. I believe it started in the 80s. High priest Abba Bivens, I believe he was in the 80s. So, but we are waking up now. But this is what they did, man. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. We don't know that we didn't know that we are the children of Israel. So they did what they had to do, man. But still, those crafty counsels are busy to break us down, man. Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. You know, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes. So it's not only Esau, it's a multitude of nations, man. You know, setting up councils and looking in our way because they know we supposed to be the rulers of the world, man. What's that? What's that? What's that? Let me think. Second Ezra's. Second Ezra's chapter 6. Chapter 6. And yeah, let me start at 56. Basically, I just want to go to the point. Let me start with 54. After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen, the Hebrew Israelites. All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes. So the world is created for our sakes, for us to be kings in it. And basically the spirit that our people have, the soul that our people have, already shows you that we are the chosen, man. The talent that we have, the capacity to think, uh, shows you that we have to be the most highest people, man. You know. But the state wherein we are, basically reveals that something happened whereby we are no longer on top, man, or why we are not on top, you know. But the point is, you know, just to bring it back to the lesson, this is finished. The point is they trying to break our bands asunder, man. Psalms 2 and 3. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Yahweh shall have them in derision. Now let's look up the word derision. And the reason that the Most High is gonna laugh is because this is all the Most High's theater, man. You know, this is all the Most High's theater. He is setting those heathens up against us, so eventually this fight will pop off, man. You know, derision. He will have them in derision, to mock, to deride, ridicule, to mock, to have in derision, to stammer, which is to laugh at. So the Most High is gonna laugh at through the prophets, through the man of the Lord. Esau and these other heathens are gonna be laughed at, man, when their destruction is coming. And the Most High himself will laugh at this, man. You know? Because this is the Most High's playground, man. He set up all these things how he wants. That's why when you look up the word God in the Greek, it goes back to theos, which theos is a word. The word theater comes from the word theos, man. This is the Most High's is movie. That's why we are reading the scriptures. What we are reading is the scriptures to that movie, man. You know. So this is the thing, man. This is the reason that the Most High is gonna laugh. Job chapter 12 verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So the people that get deceived, plus the people that doing the deceiving are his. So the people that are um, um, creating this mark of the beast to destroy our people are are of the Most High. But also the people that take it, man. You know, the people that trying to fight against the man of the Lord are his, but the man of the Lord are his too, man. You know? Just like in the times of Joshua, man. In the times of Joshua, you also had these people that they didn't even want to fight Israel, man, because they knew what Israel did. They knew Israel was great. The most that you know, they knew Israel was great through their power. You know? This is Joshua 11 and 18. Joshua made war a long time with all those kings. There was not a city that made peace with the children of Israel, save the Hivites, the inhabitants of Gibeon. All other they took in battle. So there was not one city that made peace with the children of Israel. Why was that? Verse 20. For it was of Yahweh to harden their hearts. So even if you didn't want to have war with the children of Israel, the Most High would harden your heart, man. And that's what Yahushua is doing with these heathens right now, man. He's hardening their hearts to set up a council against us to destroy us, so we can destroy them with the spiritual power, with the wrath of Yahushua coming down even better, man, and even more, even harder, man. You know, it's the same like back in the days. You know, you angry at this guy and you finna knock his ass out, but he doesn't fight back. That's not a fun fight. That's not a delicious fight. When you fight someone, you want him to punch you back and take some blows back, so you can punish him even more, man. You know, for the wickedness that he has done. But if you bump into some guy that did something to you and he's like you know ducking away or running away, the fight is not fun, man. You want him, the guy that did you wrong, you want him to stand up and face you and actually fight you back, man. You know, that's gonna be more delicious to knock his ass out, you know. And so in that way, the Most High is setting up their hearts in this way to come at us, so we can destroy them through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shai even more, man. You know, Joshua 11 and 20. For it was of Yahweh to harden their hearts, that they should come against Israel in battle, that he might destroy them utterly. Exactly. And that's what is gonna happen now too, man. The whole world needs to come against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because they need to be utterly destroyed, man, and put into captivity, and that they might have no favor, but that he might destroy them, as Yahweh commanded Moses. And that's the thing that's gonna happen, man. Revelation chapter 17 verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb being Yahushai. Let me start at verse 12. Revelation chapter 17 verse 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, representing the European Union, which have received no kingdom as yet. They have no rulership, man. They have no world government. They have no world rulership, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast being the NATO, man. They sit in this council, which is also a crafty council, to speak about things concerning the world, and they have so-called something to say within that council of the NATO. So receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast, because the NATO wants to have their artillery. The NATO wants to have their troops. The NATO wants to have their money. The NATO wants to have their military force. That's giving your strength unto the beast, man. These shall make war with the Lamb. They are eventually gonna fight against the Lamb, man. And the NATO is not only Europe, man. You got countries within the NATO that are not of the European Union. So these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome. Of course, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is gonna win. But who is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna bring with him? For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called. The ones that are called are the 144,000, which are gonna receive spiritual power to bring these people down, man, to bring these nations down to the floor, man, to the foundation, and chosen. These are gonna be the chosen ones, man, that are gonna be able to fight against these heathens, and stand up against Esau, the so-called white man, and faithful, So Yahushua, the angels, and the elect is gonna stand and fight against Esau and his technology, man. That's why you see Esau is racing. Esau is racing to make an Iron Man, man. And Obama even said it, man. We are building Iron Man with the straight face, because he was serious, man. And here in Holland, you had these boys. They was creating a certain thing, Zebro, I believe, and they was only at the university, man. They created robots that could walk over a difficult terrain. Zebro project, you see this is in you see the pictures are not on. The true pictures of this robot are not really on. This I believe this is only like prototypes, but I heard it, I believe it was last week on the radio. They creating far more and better robots like this now, man. It was a so-called breakthrough that it could go over urban terrain and stuff, But America's already busy with that. So if students can create something like this, like a RXD, which can explode, then think about what these Americans have, man. Think about what DARPA has. All to go to war with Yahushai, his angels, and the elect, man. So that's the upcoming thing, man. The futuristic event that's gonna pop off soon, man. So with that, I wanna say, Kal Alayim Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. I pray this lesson was edifying, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Shalom.